July 24th when he takes on Josue Morales at the Fantasy Springs Resort in California and live on the Zone. What's up, Hector? How you doing?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Pretty good. What's been going on with you? Obviously, there was a long shutdown with gyms and everything in California and everything. I know you're in Texas. So what have you been up to the last 3 months? How have you been able to stay in shape?
Well, yeah, the gyms have been closed down, but me and my team, well, me really. I've been active at a gym over here by where I live. It's called Jefferson Boxing Club. So shout out to them. And yeah, like I said, I've been trained. I've been in the gym, hitting the bags, running. No sparring because of all this, but as far as staying in shape, you know, I've been doing all that.
How difficult has it been for you? Because it was probably a different type of training camp due to that.
Yeah, it was a little different. Like I said, there was no sparring. But as far as condition wise and staying active, that way I don't lose my timing and all that. All that was the same. But as far as sparring, it was a little different. But at the end of the day, we're professional. We have to keep going. Whatever happens, we have to keep going. So.
Talk about this fight coming up against Josue Morales. He's he's a veteran guy in there. Talk about that. He's 11-11-4. What do you know about him?
I don't know much actually. I know he's a veteran. I know he has tons of experience, and I know my coach said that he's gonna try to take me into deep waters. So, it's gonna be a good step up. It's gonna be a good fight, and it's gonna be a good show.
Let's learn a little bit about yourselves. When did you begin boxing? What age? What got you into the gym down in Dallas?
I started boxing around maybe seven and a half. My dad. My dad was he does remodeling. So one time he was making a room for a boxing gym over there in Oak Cliff, Texas, and I went with him. I tagged along with him, and I know there was these two little kids. Well, they were around my age. To this day, I'm still friends with them. But there was these two little kids that I told my dad, I was like, man, look, I want to box. I want to box like them, and. He told my mom, and my mom was like, "Well, just put him in there. He's not gonna like it. He's gonna quit within a couple of weeks." And well, fast forward, I'm 25, and I'm still in it, and I still love it.
Are those two kids that you start with? Are they still fighting?
No, one of them is a professional. His name is Oscar Mojica, and he's actually one of my sparring partners.
Okay, wow, that's very interesting story. So that takes us to your amateur career. Tell us a little bit about your amateur background.
I had an excellent amateur career actually, and it was tons of fun as well. I got to travel. Being a kid, that comes from the hood, how the people say it. I'm not, I never thought, I would be traveling here and there, meeting people, when I was in amateurs, the amateurs, allowed me to do all that. And as far as my fighting, I did pretty good. I think I was like maybe 140, 150 wins with like maybe 20 losses around there. Multiple national champion, ringside world champion. So it was pretty good.
And then you begin fighting on some shows in Dallas and some shows in Mexico. Kind of getting your feet wet as a professional, fighting guys who are not the greatest record, but you gain an experience and whatnot. Then, as I look at your record, you fight a 6-0 guy, and you came through with the unanimous decision over Delgado. Do you feel that's the fight that kind of springboard you into become more of a prospect?
Yeah, I believe so. Actually, I think on that fight, we were kind of both, rehearsing for for this position, because I wasn't signed at that time, and
Yeah.
I don't think he was either. We were both, upcoming prospects. We were undefeated. We were young, and yeah, I think he was younger, but we were, we were both competing for this spot, and I gave it my all. I went out, I showed out, and well, now they gave me another show, and I mean, now I'm signed.
That takes it to exactly the next fight. You fought Luis Alberto Rios back in January. You knocked him out in 3 rounds. Rios, smaller guy who fought for, but he fought for a world title. Very veteran guy. And all young prospects have to go through guys. Maybe a handful of these type of guys. What did you learn in that fight? Being in there with a guy, he was a 31 fight veteran, a very experienced guy. He fought for the world title.
And I learned a lot actually in that fight. I learned that power isn't everything. It's you don't always have to look for your punches. I mean, you don't always have to try so hard to land a punch. It's more tap tap tap. Move, box box, and the punch is gonna come. Like I said, I learned a lot from that fight. I was really trying to set the pace. I started off real slow in that fight, slower than all my other fights. And at the end of the day, I got the job done. So, I'm thankful for that.
Was that slow start because of you had to be weary of a guy who was a veteran guy who's been in there with a lot of good veteran fighters himself?
No, not really. It was more of a slow start because that was the game plan. My coach had told me, this guy, because that was gonna be an 8 rounder. So he was like, look, you got 8 rounds. You know, you just gotta take it round by round. The first couple of rounds, this guy has experience. The first couple of rounds, he's not gonna be easy. So just take it round by round. So that was really much what the slow start was about.
So now that takes you up to this fight. Now you like you said the fight with Delgado was kind of like I don't know if you caught it an audition or elimination bout to maybe be signed by Golden Boy. Now you're signed with Golden Boy. He's one of the top promoters out there. And what's that mean to you to have this big entity behind you?
Man, it means a lot. Actually, it feels like I accomplished one of my dreams. Since I was a little kid, I've always dreamt of being signed to a big promotion, and to being signed with Golden Boy, it was like, man, it was a dream come true.
Has the boss pulled you aside and given you a little bit of advice yet?
Actually, no. I got signed. I think the week before all this happened. So then, when I got signed, then all this,
Yeah.
happened, and since then, we haven't been able to see him. We haven't even been able to talk to him or anything.
This fight card is being headlined by Virgil Ortiz, another guy from your area. What's that mean? Obviously he's a little bit in terms of further along than the guy like you. So there may be some cards coming to the Dallas area once we're able to get fans back. Have you thought about that prospect of being able to maybe have some of your bigger and higher profile fights in your hometown?
Man, that would be great. Actually, I love fighting in my hometown. Just the energy, it's is tremendous, and also, not a lot of people know this, but Dallas has a lot of boxers, and Dallas has a lot of fans. You know, Dallas boxing fans are amazing.
Obviously, I was actually just thinking that obviously we talked about Virgil, Errol Spence, Maurice Hooker in terms of guys, at the highest level, and obviously the handful of events that have been at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Were you at any of those fight cards there? And did you? And if you were, were you able to kind of daydream and say one day I'll be fighting in this stadium?
Yeah, I think I was at a couple of fight cards at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and yeah, I mean, I was like, man, one day I'm gonna fight here. One day, I'm gonna be able to showcase, in front of my hometown and be able to be here.
That's tremendous stuff. Who in the 122-pound division? What's it in your opinion? The top of the division. I know you're a little bit away from that, but who do you see right now as the guys to beat? Navarrete, I know, just moved up. I know there's Ray Vargas and a couple other good world champions out there.
Yeah, I mean, I got 122 has like Ray Vargas. They also have Figueroa.
Another Texan.
Yeah, that's a Texan as well. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I mean, 122 is full of talent. And I think I'm not sure if not Brandon Reels. I'm sorry, Ronnie Reels. I don't know if he's number one or number two, but he's a pretty good boxer as well. I actually had the pleasure of sparring him this last 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. So that's just amazing.
I have to ask you this question. Me being from Philadelphia, and all Philadelphians hate the Dallas Cowboys. Don't tell me you're a Dallas Cowboys fan.
All the way, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh. See, you're lucky you told me this at the end of the interview, or else I would have had to cut this thing off right at the beginning. Yeah, I get. Let's go. You upset they didn't sign Dak long term or what?
Nah, I think Dak is just trying to get his money out so he can cash out, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see what happens. Last couple of questions. What do you want to say in closing to the fans out there?
I want to thank everybody for following me. I hope I'm an entertaining fighter. I hope y'all like what I got to bring to the table. And if y'all want to continue to follow me and continue to get updates on my fighting status. Follow me on Instagram at Hector_Valdez95 and Facebook Hector Valdez.
See, you know what? I have a feeling a lot of people. I've been interviewing a lot of fighters over the last couple months, and my last question always is, "What's your social media?" The last couple fighters have just been said they haven't let me ask the question. So I think everyone's watching my interviews, which is a good thing. So, but there you have it. Despite you being a Dallas Cowboys fan, it was a pleasure to speak with you. Like I said, thank God you told me at the end of the interview, Russ. I probably would have had to cut that off. And now I know that when the Eagles beat you guys twice this year, I'm going to have to drop you a line in your instant messages. And
yeah, I'm going to have to get an interview again, huh?
No, well, just every time you fight, we'll talk, no matter what. So we look forward to seeing you next Friday night on DAZN. And Hector, we wish you best of luck.
Yes, sir.